Hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back to another episode of CMT Podcast, your least favorite podcast. Today, I will be interviewing Muznah about managing demo music room here in Karachi, Pakistan. And we're actually here in demo, so that's a little exciting. So, how are you doing today? How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. I'm surviving, getting by.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to kind of know the culture, the dynamic, and the vibe of this place.
Yeah. So Demo Music Room basically caters to all different kinds of demographics. There's like no discrimination in any sort of genre of music, in any sort of the people who show up here. So we try to cater to everybody. And all the genres as well. So when it comes to live acoustic music, when it comes to rapping, when it comes
Yeah.
to DJing, whether it's music producers or whether it's people who just do instrumentals or just play a guitar, they want to come here, showcase their talent. We give them a platform to just come and perform for us whatever they feel like.
A very rich environment
Yeah.
and variety. That's so
Definitely,
cool.
definitely. There's so much talent
Yeah.
here. From every strata of society, we have people coming in here, and they're so talented that if they didn't have such a platform, you wouldn't know that there are people who do things like these, and there are people in every corner of the city who are so talented that that it's just amazing to see and
Absolutely.
witness all of that as well.
I was actually going to mention that because I was a bit ignorant before discovering District because you guys do a really good job at providing a platform and showcasing people's talents that maybe they don't really get the chance to showcase that in a way that they'd like to. So that's really cool. You definitely are doing a great job in providing incredible content and kind of showcasing people in the best light possible. That's really cool.
We try.
Yeah, we're and you guys know it shows definitely.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, demo music room. It's not too clear in the name as to what you guys are. Are you guys a recording studio? Are you guys just like a chill place to vibe? What are you? Who are you?
So the initial aim of Demo Music Room was to eventually make it into a record label, but for now we're functioning as a music room, as a you could even say a music studio. We have equipment in the studio. We have we give audio video production to people who come in here and audition for us, or whether they want to perform, they can record for themselves. They can you know so we've had collaborations with different artists as well, where we've produced our own original music as well. So for example, this one person came to us, Sultan Baloch from Hyderabad, and he just auditioned for at one of the live acoustic nights as well, and then he came for another audition as well, and we really liked his vocals. So we sort of collaborated with another artist who was a music producer, and he composed the song and the beats, and then the two basically produced an original song that was written by Sultan and composed and produced
Wow.
by Daniel Siddiqui. And that was an original that we produced through Demo Music Room. Before that, we had Saif Altaf, who produced an original song called Ma,
Uh-huh.
through Demo Music Room, and then and then we had a whole music video for it as well. So yeah, the initial aim was to make it into a record label, but for now we're serving as a platform where people can come showcase their talent. We want to promote more local
Yes.
talent as well. We want to, and then we do a number of live gigs as well with the artists that we really like. So for example, if there are people coming in the studio and they're auditioning for us, and we really like what they perform for us, their vocals, or whether it's just different crazy experimentations, modern remixes, mixtures, fusion of genres, stuff like that.
So you guys are really building a community. It's not just a one and done. It's like we're done here and you're on to the next thing. You guys are really trying to build relationships.
Definitely, for sure. That's actually one of our main aims as well. Obviously, we want every artist who comes into our studio to be satisfied with their experiences. For example, even if they're recording songs in here, we would want that they're completely satisfied with the sound. That they're
So could you kind of run me down on maybe some of the best moments that you look back at and you were like, that's so cool, we did that, like either individually or collectively, and as well as some of the challenges you guys overcame and it was just like really difficult at the time, but you guys kind of grew through that.
Yeah. So so the so it hasn't been that long since, like, I've been working. It's been maybe what, 4 months, and Demo Music Room basically came to life in 2020 in December last year. So it's been about 4.5 months, 5 months since I've been working here. So one of my most favorite projects, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of cool events took place before I
Yeah.
came as well, but since I came, one project that I really liked that we did was the 14th August special that we did.
Mm-hmm.
um that was in collaboration with S and Bari, who composed the song. And basically we called a bunch of different musicians,
Yeah.
some of which had already like auditioned for us, and then we basically reached out to them and we collaborated about 15 to 16 artists in 2 days almost. We like 2 to 3 days we
Wow.
put together 15 to 16 artists who performed, a variety of instruments. So from saxophone to flute, we had the piano, the bass, the guitar, the drums,
Yeah.
and we sort of came up with like our own rendition of this song Hum Dekhenge, which is originally by Faiz Ahmad Faiz. So we wanted to like do something that was very different and unique for 14th August. So we put together the special, and that was incredibly hard as well, because I mean, getting so many musicians in one room in such a short
Mm-hmm.
amount of time is not, it's not an easy task. But somehow we managed to pull through, and yeah, we produced something that was really beautiful. And then basically we did the music video in like 2 days, and we
That's
recorded
intense.
the entire song with 8 different vocalists, and we had about 7 to 8 different instruments, and all of that we did in like 2 days, and then 2 days for the music video, and then we produced, the entire song. We like released it on 14th August on time, which was really really hard. Of course, you know what happens behind.
That
um
is unreal.
yeah. So that's one of my favorite moments to look at, actually, because
Okay.
it was just so beautiful to see like the end result, because not just the artists, who performed, their hard work paid off as well. People had to let go of their personal commitments to come
Mm-hmm.
and record into the studio, um and the amount of work and effort that we put in as well, it was just great to see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very rewarding when you're putting in all that sweat and tears
Yeah.
and into that, and you get a really nice result after that.
Yeah.
I am remembering the combination of different sounds, and it's so beautifully executed.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so since we're on the path of like memory lane and looking to the past, you mentioned that demo started in December 2020?
Yes.
Okay, and how did the start come to be? What did that look like? How did kind of just what did that look like? Who was part of it, and what was going on with demo?
So basically, Demo Music Room obviously was completely designed and set up by the founders of this place as well, Asadul Haq, and then we have Shazad Bhai, who is, you know, yeah. So basically, these all of these people, and then we have Saif Bhai, who is our sound engineer, and so he like like they all came together, designed the place, and then they like tried to get like the best equipment that they
Mm-hmm.
could, and then just put up like a really beautiful studio that's aesthetically pleasing, that has
Yes.
the necessary equipment, the necessary things that you would need of like great quality. And yeah, so that's how it came about. And then we had an inauguration when Demo Music Room was finally launched, right? And so our different artists like Mario Nera, and then Ali Alvi, and a lot of different, like 4 or 5 different artists, they came into the Demo Music Room, and they like performed as well. So that was an inauguration that we had.
Oh, okay.
And then ever since that time, we've had like multiple concerts. Like initially we had Karakoram, we had Kashmir, who were the like winners of Pepsi Battle of the Bands,
Yes.
and then we have multiple different performances, and so that's how basically
That really like promoted and marketed
yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
That's cool.
And then
Okay.
we just kept doing more fun and cool projects, and
It's
like
been nonstop since
yeah,
then.
basically it's been nonstop since that.
Okay. Is it exhausting? Do you guys ever need to take a mental break, or do you guys just like are you guys there for each other where you guys don't really
For
need
sure,
to?
for sure. I think we're like a family. I just not just Demo Music Room, in entire District 19.
Yes.
Everybody's there for each other. We try, like, if they're very accommodating, and then um, we also like, it's a very good balance between work and like your social and mental
Mm-hmm.
health as well. So whenever whenever you're here in the studio, whenever you're here at work, everybody's just, has always been there for each other to try to help them out with like,
Okay.
whatever, even like personal problems that one might have, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, it's been great working here, and it's been great like
That's
having this little family
yeah.
at work. So
Yeah, no, that's really admirable. That's something, it's not like leave your problems at home and
yeah,
focus
for
on work.
sure. No.
I feel like that's something that many workplaces need to adopt because it's inhumane the way that it's
Yeah, I
going.
mean it's such a great balance because we all have fun together, we all chill together as well,
Yeah.
and then we all work together tirelessly for the same goal. So it's, and then obviously when like if there's any problems, then like we all
You lean on each other's
yeah,
shoulders.
basically.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are prominently music focused, demo music room, but you guys do have something on YouTube, something called Demo Discussions.
Yes.
Now that's kind of like an interviewed podcast, call it what you will, kind of thing where you guys just sit down, really strip back and talking. Is that something that you guys are expanding on? Can we expect anything further from that, like a mini series or
For
what's going
sure,
on?
for sure. Yeah. So we initially started like a small podcast series as well. The demo discussions are basically podcasts that we do with different artists. We like people in the field who have a lot of experience, who know who have been intensely involved in the music industry as well, and then they know where it like the overlaps are, and then so basically, we talk to them about their musical journeys, about the songs that some of the people, some of the bands, solo musicians, artists, they have produced. So we talk about basically their musical journeys, and then how they started doing music, how they compose their songs, just to know more about them as
Yeah.
artists and as people. So those are some of the discussions that we like. It's basically having an honest conversation about
Yes.
a person's journey,
I
basically.
love that. That gives a very tailored experience.
Exactly.
It's not just like you walk in and you leave. It's just really trying to like get to know someone and give them the best of
Yeah.
the best. And I also really like that you guys are doing these interviews with musicians because it kind of gives a more real perspective and like a more
For
struggling,
sure.
relatable
For
perspective.
sure.
Because I feel like I watch so many of these highly produced interviews with musicians and artists or actors, and it's just like it's fun and it's great, but it's just so much shimmer and light and positivity when the
Yeah.
reality is that it's far from that.
Exactly.
And you guys really
Exactly.
do focus, like I saw some on mental health and
Exactly.
just personal journeys. So that's really like admirable that you guys focus on that. I feel like a lot of people kind of fear and run the other way from doing that. They don't want to be so negative.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about negativity, it's more about reality.
It's
Yeah.
about showing the reality of
Yes.
how the industry really is, and where it has its drawbacks, where it has its positives. So it's important to talk about like every aspect of it.
Always, yeah. Yes, so in the past few recent years in Pakistan, music has been booming, like in every direction. Everyone's been trying to hop onto YouTube and kind of build their journey from there, their career, and it has been suppressed for a while in Pakistan. So it has been, in the past few years, I've noticed that kind of a rise. With that, a lot of people have been trying to kind of market and get their buck in for this, making different studios and music rooms. Can you tell me what makes you guys so different from any other music studio or record label? Or
So the thing with Demo Music Room is that it's not just a studio, right? We do a lot of different kinds of for example, firstly, like I mentioned before, we do our live acoustic nights. We try to make it into a weekly basis. So over here, people don't just come in here to record their music. It's not just a studio, it's a place where people can come and they can jam to music. They have a good time. Then we have a live acoustic night. We try to create like a really nice vibe with great music, and outside as well. So that is something that's really different. That's something that you wouldn't find in a lot of places in Karachi. Like, it gives us a chance to discover talent as well, discover new musicians who that we can work with in the future as well. And then, like I mentioned before, so it's not just about recording. It's about like having relationships with these artists and musicians as well. So then, like, we call them back for some of the projects that we're doing. For example, the 14th August project that we did. But it's important to have like a community of music that you have, and that's what we try to build over here. That's what we try to, like, give people a good time, give them a good experience with not just musicians and artists, but the entire vibe that we create around, that people can just come and relax, listen
like
to.
even for fans, like it's something for them to enjoy.
For a live acoustic night, but then we have like bigger gigs as well, like concerts, and then we involve our artists in bigger gigs as well.
Yeah.
So that's great to see.
It's opening doors for other, like independent and smaller creators.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's get a little political.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I know a little bit about you. I know a little bit about demo and its history. I want to know, being a woman and like talking woman to woman here, and us kind of like trying to get employed in the very conservative and very how do you say, just
As
corrupt
society.
yeah. How it's been going. How can you say from your experience, and maybe what is something that you want to see in the future, either focused in demo or just overall career wise for women?
I mean, of course, I want more women to be involved in, not just, I mean, that's not a problem with like the music industry in particular. It's everywhere, right? Like you want more women to be a part of organizations, of like, you know, management, and of basically women running places.
Yes.
You know, and I feel like that's something that's really, like I see that here, because as a like as a woman, so the people that I'm working with are, you know, so it's mainly women who are like running the entire place. So like it's, you know, we have Rebecca, who is also managing district and demo music room both, and then we have, of course, Hira, who is managing the entire district. You know, and I feel like that we have tried our best to make this into as safe of a space as possible, and that is something that we never compromise on. So knowing the problems that knowing that, like, you know, we work here and we know that the problems that could occur or that we could face, so we try to like cater to them, you know, as much as we can, and make it into the safe space that we have built it to be.
I noticed that, like, sometimes not only safety in the sense of like something physically, but maybe like health wise, you guys
exactly
had to cancel or postpone many events, but in the safety of everyone in the community.
Exactly.
Yeah. And some people may be kind of irritated and annoyed with that. It's just something that you have to respect and appreciate. That you have to implement it at one point, either here now or in the future. It has to be in Pakistan some point where we have to.
But of course, everywhere women have to, like, you know, struggle to reach where they want to reach, and it's definitely, like, you know, there's a huge difference between women working in the music industry and, like, you know, the men who've like overpowered and dominated the industry currently. So but it's amazing, and it's so great to see that so many more women are, like, you know, just getting involved, and they're like, you know, like they're booming as well. They're thriving, they're like, you know, it's great to see that.
Actually, when I saw you recently joined Demo through the Instagram page, Demo Music Room, it was just so nice to see, like, oh my God, she's managing this place. Like, hell yeah, let's go. So, no, it definitely gives more women even a power and energy to be able to pursue whatever they wish to pursue.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that, like, you know, we need to have as many more opportunities as possible, and like give them to these women, and that's something that we look at as well. Like, you know, if we have like women coming in here, and then if we have, like, you know, we like, you know, want to give them more opportunities. So for example, another, like, we started having girls night at District 19, and then we started involving all the female artists that we have in those girls nights. So, like, you know, it's great to see that
music industry, it's growing constantly, and there's always new things to come. What is going to come and grow from Demo Music Room? What can we expect from you?
Can expect everything.
Everything, okay.
In the sense that so Demo Music Room, like I also mentioned before, like, you know, you can expect experimentation, you can expect unique performances, you can expect just different kinds of events from Demo in regards to, like, different genres of music. So we, you know, we want to cater to every genre that is out there, like, you know, whether it's Sufi music, whether it's jazz, whether it's rock, whether it's indie music, whether it's acoustic, you know, whether it's Anything.
Well, that's super exciting. I am so excited to see it, and I hope nothing but the best for you and
Thank you.
demo.
Same for you, likewise.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me
Thank you
today.
so much for having me.
Of course. And for the listeners at home, definitely check out Demo Music Room. If you're here in the city, come here physically. If not, just follow up and support the page. And I will see you next time.